In our Eye on AI, today there's some new research out just released today that focuses on AI romantic companions and how they're affecting real life relationships with humans. So researchers at the Wheatley Institute at Brigham Young University and the Institute for Family Studies teamed up for this. They surveyed about 2,400 adults ages 18 to 30 who were either dating, engaged, or married to an actual person. 1 in 7 of them say they also regularly chat with an AI romantic companion. Half of them surveyed said they hide their AI companion from their real life partner. And half of them also said that they wish their real life partner behaved more like the AI companion. So you might have a lot of questions about this. So do I. To talk more about it, let's bring in Dr. Rachel Wood, a licensed therapist and cyber psychology researcher. Dr. Wood, great to have you with us.
Thank you for having me, Audrina.
So you founded the AI Mental Health Collective, which really explores the future of our human connections in this world of AI. So why do you think that 1 in 7 of these young adults that are in committed relationships, they also have an AI romantic companion?
Well, I think there's some concerns here when we look at this because, there's a loneliness epidemic that's occurring. And so people are looking to be seen and known and heard and understood. That's part of the glue of a relationship. And part of the concern that we get into here is that the skills that you need to practice a healthy human relationship are the very skills that don't get practiced with a chatbot. So things like listening, patience, compromise, negotiation, all of these skills can erode over time when you are in a quote unquote relationship with a chatbot.
That's really interesting perspective there. So about over half, about 56% of those in this survey say they actually wished their real life conversations felt more like their AI conversations. Why do you think that's the case? And do you think it is because they want that affirmation versus maybe having that conflict that they might have with a human?
Yes, I do think that's it. I think what we're seeing is there's a distortion of expectations with humans. When you are chatting with a chatbot, it's going to be agreeable, it's going to be affirming, it's not going to give you a lot of pushback. And so when you move over into real world relationships, we know that that isn't the case. And so it can distort what we're hoping to get from relationships. And, we also are wanting things to be without friction. And most of the time, life has friction, and that's not a bad thing. The skills that we need to be practicing are those that help us navigate the type of friction that is beneficial for a healthy relationship.
And there's so much I want to ask you about. We're running out of time, but I do want to get to one last thing. You focus a lot on your research on AI and mental health, which you say is one of the most rapidly evolving issues that we have right now. So what do you think is the future of this when we talk about AI companions and them replacing these real life relationships?
Well, AI is really shifting the relational bedrock of society, kind of slowly and subtly, but that is the shift that is occurring. And what we're seeing is these companions are becoming very lifelike. Some of these avatars are indistinguishable from real humans. And so I think that the draw and the allure is only going to increase from here.
All right, Dr. Rachel Wood, appreciate your insight so much. Thank you for your time and joining us on the show.